everyone, welcome to ABC Interactive English, and this is Karen. Today we're looking at part B of our monthly focus. Do you guys remember what we looked at in part A? That's right, we had Shelly and Frankie, and they were looking for their Halloween costume. And do you guys remember what they decided on? That's right, mummy and ghost. Ooh. And they were very creative when it comes to their costume ideas. Do you remember what they're gonna use? That's right, they're gonna use bed sheets. That is very, very creative. So sometimes when you want to find a Halloween costume, you don't necessarily have to find something expensive or fancy. You can find something very cheap, but you can get creative with it. For example, if I want to be Wonder Woman or Spider-Man, I can probably make my costume from some fabric. All right, let's go into today's lesson. Let's go.
Shelly and Frankie are trick-or-treating.
I got a lot of yummy candy at that house.
Me too. And the woman's costume was great. She really looked like an owl.
Let's go to the next house. I like the jack-o'-lanterns in front of it.
I made one of those once. It was a lot of fun.
Today we're looking at part B of monthly focus, and it's called Happy Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays of the year because it is so fun. You get to dress up in different costumes and you get to do a lot of fun things. So let's go into today's dialogue and find out what kind of interesting things we're going to see. So in today's dialogue, Shelly and Frankie are trick-or-treating. Trick-or-treating. Do you guys know what trick-or-treating is? I'm sure you know. Trick-or-treating is one of my favorite things to do on Halloween. That means you will go to everybody's door, door to door, knocking on everyone's door, and then you're going to ask them for some sweets, some candy. Okay, but don't forget, when you go trick-or-treating and you knock on the door and people open the door, don't forget to say trick-or-treat. If you don't say trick-or-treat, I don't think they will give you any candy. Trick-or-treat. Do you guys know what trick-or-treat means? If you say trick or treat, that means if you don't give me some treat, if you don't give me some candy, some sweets, then I'm going to play a trick on you. Maybe I'll do something naughty. Maybe I'll do something bad. Maybe I will go and hide your shoes. Okay, so that's called trick or treating. Okay, so let's go into today's dialogue. So Shelly says, I got a lot of yummy candy at that house. So right here, we know that Shelly, not only did she get a little bit of candy, no, she got a lot of yummy candy at that house. She is very, very lucky. Because sometimes you go to different houses, maybe you just get one or two pieces of candy. But she got a lot of yummy candy. And yummy is our next vocabulary word. Yummy, I'm pretty sure all of you guys know what it means. When you say something is very yummy, that means it tastes so good. So if you like to eat something, you can say that thing is very yummy. For example, if I like ice cream, then I can say, ooh, ice cream is yummy. If you like to eat cookies, then you can say cookies are yummy. Okay, let's go back to our dialogue. So Frankie says, me too. And the woman's costume was great. She really looked like an owl. So Frankie said, the woman's costume was great. Woman is like when you're describing an older, a bigger girl. He saw a woman's costume and he thought that was great. And she really looked like an owl. An owl is our next vocabulary word. Owl is like a bird, and owls are nocturnal animals. Do you guys know what nocturnal animals mean? That means they wake up at night. Only at night, and then they like to get active and move around at night, okay? So those animals are called nocturnal animals, and owls are nocturnal animals. And usually when you think of owls, you would think they're pretty smart and very, very wise. They got huge eyes too, and they can turn their head all the way around. They look pretty cool. Okay, and so in our dialogue, Shelly says, let's go to the next house. I like the jack-o'-lanterns in front of it. So she said, okay, so we're done with this house. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next house. I like the jack-o'-lanterns in front of it. Jack-o'-lanterns is our next vocabulary word. Jack-o'-lanterns. Do you guys know what they are? You always see them on Halloween. They are made of pumpkins, and usually you have to dig out the seeds, and then you can carve out little holes for eyes, nose, and your mouth. And you can put a little candle inside the pumpkin so it will light up like a lantern. We call these jack-o'-lanterns, and you can see them anywhere on Halloween, okay? And in our dialogue, Frankie says, I made one of those ones. It was a lot of fun. So what he's saying is he has made a jack-o'-lantern before. Oh, that's exciting. And he said it was a lot of fun. But do you guys know what? Let me tell you a little secret. I made one of those ones too. I also made a jack-o'-lantern before, but it was actually a really scary experience. So I was digging out the seeds from the pumpkin, and then just when I was doing that, I saw some bugs inside my pumpkin, and these bugs, I don't know what kind of bugs, they can jump. They're kind of white and they're jumping on the pumpkin, and I quickly threw my pumpkin and I dropped it on the floor. Oh no! But I'm sure a lot of other pumpkins should be okay, but the ones that I used was not okay. All right, guys, let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
Did you carve a scary face into the pumpkin?
No, I didn't carve a scary face. I carved a simple bat.
That is different, but also really cool.
Okay, get ready to shout, trick or treat!
Welcome back, everybody. Let's go back to our dialogue today between Shelly and Frankie. So, right now, Shelly says, did you carve a scary face into the pumpkin? And carve is our next vocabulary word. Do you guys know what carve means? Carving, when you're carving something, that means you're taking something sharp, maybe like a knife, and then you're making different shapes or carving a hole. So she said, did you carve a scary face into the pumpkin? That means, did you use like a knife to carve out a hole, for example, your eyes, nose, and mouth into the pumpkin? Because if you want to make a jack-o'-lantern, you have to do some carving, okay? And I'm not very good at carving. Some people are very good, and they might even carve something cute on the jack-o'-lantern. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, a scary face. It could be something cute or even an animal like a cat. And face is our next vocabulary word. I'm pretty sure all of you guys know what a face is. When you're looking at someone's face, you would see, that's right, your eyes, and a nose, and a mouth, and your ears. That is your face. So usually on Halloween, people will want to see something scary. And that's why Shelly asked, did you carve a scary face into the pumpkin? I don't know. I prefer carving out something cute. And Frankie says, no, I didn't carve a scary face. I carved a simple bat. So he decided not to carve out something scary. Maybe Frankie would be scared too. But what did he carve out? He carved a simple bat. Simple is our next vocabulary word. Simple just means very easy. Okay, so he carved out a simple bat. That means he carved an easy bat. Maybe just a few lines, and then it's very easy to carve out. Anybody can do it. So when you want to say something is very easy, you can say, this is very simple, okay? But let me teach you another fun way to say something is easy. If you want to say something is simple or easy, you can also say, it's a piece of cake. So if you think English is very easy, learning the language, speaking the language is very easy, you can say, it's so easy, it's so simple, it's a piece of cake, okay? And you're not saying that you're going to eat some cake, you're just saying that it's very simple, very easy, okay? Not very hard at all right? Okay, and let's go back to our dialogue. And now Shelly says, that is different, but also really cool. So right here, Shelly is actually being very nice. She's saying that, well, you know, you don't have to do the same. Your jack-o'-lantern is different. So when you say something is different, that means they are not the same. They don't look the same. But also really cool. So Shelly is giving Frankie some compliment. It's always nice to give your friends some compliment. If they make something, they draw something, you can tell your friends, wow, I think that's really cool. And your friends will feel very happy about that, okay? And last, Frankie says, thanks. Okay, get ready to shout, trick or treat. So he says, thanks for complimenting me and saying something nice. Okay, now we're gonna get ready to shout. To shout. Shout is our next vocabulary word. Shout just means talking very loudly or maybe even yelling a little bit. Sometimes people don't really like to hear other people shout. For example, if you're in the library reading some books and some people are shouting, you might feel really sad or not happy. So you can say, please don't shout in the library. Please don't shout in the library. And I really hope that they do get the point. So Frankie says, let's get ready to shout, trick or treat. That's right, that's definitely what we do on Halloween. You will see a lot of kids going to so many people's houses shouting trick or treat. So right here, if we're shouting a little bit, I guess it's okay because everyone is so excited on Halloween. Trick or treat! See you next time!
Shelly and Frankie are trick-or-treating.
I got a lot of yummy candy at that house.
Me too. And the woman's costume was great. She really looked like an owl.
Let's go to the next house. I like the jack-o'-lanterns in front of it.
I made one of those once. It was a lot of fun.
Did you carve a scary face into the pumpkin?
No, I didn't carve a scary face. I carved a simple bat.
That is different, but also really cool.
Okay, get ready to shout, Trick or treat!
Hi， 大家好，我是维尼，准备好来看今天的新生字了吗？今天第一个字是 yummy， 美味的、可口的形容词。这个字应该大家都很熟悉了。我们来看一个例句 ：This ice cream is really yummy。这个冰淇淋好好吃哦。第二个字是 face， 脸，它就是名词。Matt drew a cat face on his notebook。Matt 在他的笔记本上画了一只猫咪的脸。第三个字是 simple， 简单的、不复杂的。形容词 ，This is a simple design。这是一个简单的、让人一目了然的设计。最后一个字 shout， 它是喊、叫，它是动词。When Leslie came in, everyone shouted surprise。当 Leslie 进来的时候，每个人都大叫惊喜。接下来看看今天的新用语 ，A looks like B，A 看起来像 B。那这边要注意一下哦 ，like 呢这边不是当动词，它是表达喜欢的意思，不是哦。它在这边呢是介系词，是像或者是相像的意思，后面会接名词。因此 look like 呢就是看起来像。那其他的用法还有比方说 sound like 听起来像，或者是 taste like 吃起来像。You look like your dad， 你跟你爸爸长得好像哦。第三个是 let's 加动词，让我们做某件事吧。这边呢是祈使句的用法，用来表达呢提议或者是邀请。Let's 就是 let us 的缩写，那注意后面要接原形动词哦。看看例句 ，Let's go to the beach， 我们去海边玩吧。
Hey everybody, I'm Holly.
And I'm Carson.
Today we're going to visit the National Museum of Prehistory in Taitung.
The National Museum of Prehistory has the main museum, Beinan Site Park, and the Museum of Archaeology in Tainan.
So now we're going to visit the main museum. It's right behind us.
So let's go inside.
Most of the galleries in the main museum are on the second floor and B1.
We are now at the Natural History of Taiwan Gallery on the second floor. This gallery shows the changes of our land since the birth of the earth.
Here is the Prehistory of Taiwan Gallery. It's on B1. It shows different cultures, activities, and inventions from long ago.
Now we are back on the second floor at the Taiwan Austronesian Gallery.
You can learn about the culture of the Taiwanese Austronesians.
After finishing your visit to the main museum, don't forget the dancing water show in the back of the main museum. How amazing it is!
There is also a maze. You can take pictures here and put them on Facebook or Instagram. The National Museum of Prehistory has many things to see.
You can understand how our history changed. You should come and visit.
See you next time.
See you next time!